Welcome back to the NW Sportscast. We got some NHL action here. Stanley Cup round 1 is all but over. We only have one game. Every single other game has been set, played, and we know who advanced. And round 2 is going to be starting pretty soon. When does round 2 start? May
already.
29th. It is May 30th. So
yeah, it already started. There's a couple. I think there's one game, right?
There's been one game, and then game 2 is today. Another Boston versus the Islanders matchup, but there is still round 1 going on. Well, let's go over all of. I'll just read off who won, and we'll see who you thought was going to win. So first one was Penguins versus the Islanders. Number 1 seed Penguins were the favorites in this. Islanders actually win the series 4-2. Huge upset. Lots of people thought the Penguins were the best team. What do you expect this?
Not really. No, the Islanders. I didn't have a ton of high hopes for them going into the season. I didn't think the Penguins were the best team, but I did think that they were going to beat the Islanders. So I was pretty surprised to see that happen.
So you are 0 for 1 in your predictions. Then the next is Capitals versus Bruins. Boston destroyed this series. They won 4-1. It was a whooping.
Yes.
And the Capitals, the number 2 seed, lose to number 3 seed, and that's the second upset, and it wasn't even close.
Yeah, so for those who've seen my hockey videos before, I've been adamant that the Boston Bruins are the best team in the NHL. I know they got the 3 seed, but I have been adamant that the Bruins will win the Stanley Cup this year. A lot of people thought the Capitals were better, and the Capitals did have the better seed, but Boston proved that I have been right. They win 4-1 against the Capitals. Like I would have thought maybe it'd be 4-2.
And Washington actually got game 1.
Really?
And then
Yeah, that's
Boston,
right.
4
Yeah.
straight.
So Boston's on a roll, and who could have predicted this? I predicted it. I'm just saying.
Hurricanes versus Predators, and the I believe
Carolina won that one.
Yeah, and they went
Was
4-2.
that was a sweep? No, okay, it wasn't a sweep. 4-2. Yeah, I mean this
so
is
the
another one
Hurricanes
that
did win this one. Yeah.
I was expecting Carolina to win. I mean, obviously they were the number 1 for their for that. I don't think they're called divisions. I think they're just called regions now. I'm not really sure how it works with the whole realignment thing, but yeah, I was expecting Carolina to win that one.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Then we have Panthers Lightning 2 versus 3 seed. The Tampa Bay Lightning did win this 4-2.
Yeah, this is a good one. I actually did predict the Lightning here as well, just because Tampa Bay obviously was in the finals last year, and you know I figured that with a little bit more playoff experience, recent playoff experience, you would think that Tampa Bay is probably going to win this series, and they did.
And then Colorado sweeps the Blues. The Colorado Avalanche win 4-0. They win game 1 4-1, then 6-3, then 5-1, then 5-2. No games within even 3 goals.
Yeah, I mean, this is not a shock to me at all. The Avalanche is really good. They have some really great players on that team, and I think they might have ended up with the best record in the NHL this year, so I was not surprised at all to see that, especially considering St. Louis, kind of an older team, more veteran guys, and I didn't even think they were going to end up making the Stanley Cup playoffs this year, so the fact that they got there, I was honestly just more impressed by that, and then obviously seeing them get swept, not surprised.
Golden Knights versus the Wild. The Golden Knights are the most recent expansion team besides the Kraken. Next year's the year. We'll finally be able to compete for the Stanley Cup. But the Golden Knights, they do end up winning this series in 7 games. Barely holding off the Minnesota Wild in 7 games. Minnesota wins the first one, and then the Golden Knights steal game 2, 3, and 4. And then Minnesota bounces back with 2 of their own in game 5 and 6. And then in game 7, the Golden Knights, after losing 2 straight, do end up winning 6-2. Levi, did you predict this? This was a great series, probably the best series so far.
Yeah, to be honest, I thought the Golden Knights might win that one in 5 or 6 games. Congratulations to the Wild. The fact that you took the Golden Knights to 7 games in the Stanley Cup playoffs is pretty impressive, considering that I had the Wild as, I think, the 6th best team in the Western region. So the fact that they ended up getting the 3 seed, they pulled it together, had a great end of the season run, and almost beat the Golden Knights, who I initially, heading into the season, I had the Golden Knights at, I think, number 2 on my power rankings. I had the Wild at like 23 or something. So the fact that they did that, I'm impressed.
Maple Leafs versus Canadiens. This is the best series so far. I'll go through the whole thing. Game 1. The Toronto Maple Leafs do lose that game 2-1, but then they bounce back in Game 2, Game 3, and Game 4, and they take a 3-1 lead. However, then the Canadiens, in overtime, they do beat Toronto by a score of 4-3 in OT, staying alive and moving the series to 3-2. In Game 6, they also win 3-2 in overtime. And this brings us to a Game 7 matchup that is going to be taking place Monday, May 31st on CNBC at 7 o'clock. So stay tuned for that game. That'll be absolutely insane. Maybe we'll do a reaction or something. But that's crazy. Back-to-back OT games in survival matchups. If they lose, they're out. And somehow the Canadiens, the 4 seed, hold on and push a Game 7. Did you expect this?
I didn't expect it. The Canadiens, they're a much younger team, a lot less playoff experience. I thought maybe this would be maybe a 4-1, 4-2. The fact that it's 3-3, I'm impressed by how the Canadiens have been playing. I do think Toronto will pull this one out. I do think Toronto Maple Leafs are the best team that is in Canada this year, so I think that they're going to win this, and they will beat the Jets
in Game 7
in the next round. But it's going to be a big one. Tomorrow night, it's at what time? 7 o'clock, yeah. I should definitely
two overtime games.
Yeah, it could be a third.
And a survival game. That's insane. That's like Game 5 and 6 of the World Series going to extras.
Yeah.
And then we have Oilers versus Jets. Not as good of a series.
Yeah, this one pains me. The Oilers are my favorite team, and they got swept by the Jets, who are a lower seed. I predicted the Oilers to win this one.
It wasn't even close.
But to be honest, I'm not surprised that they lost all 4, because the Oilers have a pretty bad history in the playoffs. And
although the series was 4-0, there was 3 overtime games. In the 4th game, going to triple overtime. So It's not like the Oilers didn't put up a fight, but they just didn't get a win. And the Jets were just way more clutch in overtime. They lose 1-0 in Game 2 in OT, and then they lose 5-4 in OT. They go to triple overtime.
Yeah.
And they still lose. What is this?
Well,
the resilience was not there for the Jets.
Yeah.
For the Oilers.
Yeah, and the Oilers defense has struggled all season. They obviously gave up 4, 1, 5, and 4. So 3 of the 4 games they give up 4 points. That's not good to see. And their offense was just off. They're obviously only scoring 1 point in the first 2 games. That hurts you. And it doesn't matter when you have the best player on your team, the best player in the NHL, of course, McDavid, but it doesn't even matter when the rest of your team can't play well, and that's what happens. You get swept by the Jets.
Yeah. Let's quickly go over round 2. Bruins versus Islanders, a 3 versus a 4 seed. No one expected this. Boston did take Game 1 by a score of 5-2. We have a game tomorrow at 7:30, May 31st. Mark that on your calendar for Game 2. And then Game 3, 4, 5, 6. And if there will be a Game 7, that will happen on June 11th. Levi, quickly, Bruins or Islanders?
Like I said, I was surprised that the Islanders won their series. I was not surprised that the Bruins did. I think the Bruins are the best team in the NHL, so I will take the Bruins to win.
Hurricanes versus Lightning, the 1 versus the 3 seed. The Lightning do squeak out a W. The Hurricanes, I feel like everyone did expect them to be here. No games have started.
They start
tonight at 5. So we are less than 5 hours away. We're 4 minutes and 20 minutes away from Game 1 of a great series. If this does go 7 games, it will also end June 12th. Levi, Hurricanes or Lightning?
I'll take the Hurricanes in this. Tampa Bay is good, but I'll go Carolina Hurricanes.
They're the 1 seed. I think they are the better team, but the Lightning's playoff experience last year maybe comes in clutch. Number 1 seed Avalanche, who just swept their series, versus the Golden Knights, who did go to 7. They play tonight as well at 8 p.m. Eastern time, so it's 5 p.m. Pacific. Actually, the Hurricanes versus Lightning game starts in just over an hour, but Avalanche versus Golden Knight, Game 1 starts today at 5 Pacific, and then also be ending June 12th if it goes 7. Levi, who you got there, Avalanche or Golden Knights, 1 versus 3 seed?
That'll be a good series. I will take the number 1 seed again here. Colorado Avalanche have been so good this year, so I'm gonna keep on with the Avalanche, and we'll see. I guess that would give me the final 4 of, if my predictions come true, we'd see Avalanche, Hurricanes, as well as the Bruins, and I am predicting that the Maple Leafs will win their series tomorrow night. Is it tomorrow night they play?
You're correct.
I'm predicting they will win tomorrow night, and then they will also go on to beat the Jets. So there's my final 4 is Maple Leafs, Bruins, Hurricanes.
And just for fun, who do you think's winning, Avalanche versus the Maple Leafs?
Avalanche, Maple Leafs. That's a good one. I'll take Avalanche.
And then who you got? Who do you have in the You have here. You have the Boston
Bruins and Hurricanes. I would probably take Boston, to be honest.
And then we have.
And then we get Boston, Colorado. That's a good,
Boston, Colorado. And
really good game. It's tough to say. The Bruins, I've been saying it all year. I think they're the best team, but at the same time, it is a 1 seed against a 3 seed there.
You gotta give a prediction.
I'll say Avalanche in 7.
Avalanche in 7. There you have it, folks. Thanks for watching. This is NHL. If you like more NHL videos, leave a comment down below. We'll start to make more. Like the video, subscribe down below. Check out our Julio Jones video that just came out if you're a Seahawks fan. And even if you're not a Seahawks fan, go check it out. It helps the channel a lot. Thanks for watching. This is the NW Sportscast. See you guys later. And
go Bruins. Go Kraken as well.
Go Kraken. That was